All right, so I'm in Louisville today, and I am at Evergreen Liquors on Shelbyville Road, and we have Trenton,
What's going on, y'all?
a local, with us, who's going to come around to a few stores with us today and show us a few spots. So we're going to go in and check it out and see what they got.
Yeah, let's get it.
All right.
Yep, so pretty much all back here is all going to be the bourbon tasting bar over here. Normally have some specialty stuff kind of laying out over here. Yeah, great selection all back through here. So
yeah, I've been to the Evergreens in the Nulu district down in downtown Louisville.
Yep.
But I don't think I've ever been to this specific one.
Yep. So definitely a bigger fan of this one here.
So we were talking about 1792 earlier. So here you go. They got the bottled in bond and a foolproof store pick. So there's a couple.
Yep.
All right. See what else they got over here. Have you had that Bardstown weeded?
I have not. Actually, I have. We did a weeded blind one night, and that wasn't my favorite. So out of the weeded blind that we did, the Sweet Wheat 1792 was my winner. But it's still pretty good. Honestly, a lot of people I think say it's kind of like the antique.
See,
I thought it was very different.
I don't think it tastes anything like antique.
I agree with that.
Taste like, but I like it, but it does not taste like antique.
I totally agree with that.
Yeah. So there's that. Oh, look at that. We got the 8-year turkey, like a ton of it. So they got cases of it, $44.99. Yeah.
Yep.
No, thank you very much. We're good. We're just looking around. Now, have you had the 8-year yet?
I haven't. Nope. No, not.
You don't have a bottle?
Nope, I do not.
Oh, do you like turkey?
I do. I love turkey. So this is actually this is probably the most I've ever seen of the 8-year laying around anywhere. So
surprised you haven't grabbed one yet. Then
I know. Actually, I'll probably grab one today. I'll
okay.
probably. I don't think 45 is a bad price on
that.
No,
that's a good price for that for sure. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's a good price for that 8-year. Okay, so we got some Green River. The Green River, the best thing about them is they're really well priced.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, you got your full proof at $50, $30 for your shelfers.
Yep.
So they do a great job with their pricing structures.
Yep. And good product too for the price for sure.
I agree. I like the full proof. I mean, the full proof is my favorite out of them, obviously. But the only thing I didn't particularly care for their weeded. That was just me.
Mm-hmm.
But I don't like a lot of weeded, honestly. So most weeded I don't.
See, that's kind of like my definitely where I'm at is the weeded bourbon. So right now, at least, it's my fixation.
Okay.
So,
okay.
That's why we just did a blind.
So the Jack Daniel's Blackberry. So I'm not big into the flavored whiskeys, but we did. Me and my friend Bryant drank some of this mixed with lemonade. It was pretty good. It's a lot better than any of the Crown or any of that other stuff.
Huh.
All right. So they got a little cabinet back here, huh? Let's see what they got.
Yeah. This is all different than what was here last time.
Yellowstone 101, $160. That's that rum finished in Thomas H. Handy. So there's they have those rums finished in different BTAC barrels.
Uh-huh. That's one of the first times I've seen that, I think. I'm not either. Yeah. That's one of the first times I've seen that, though, I think.
Yeah, we had it dropping all over Ohio about a couple months ago.
Really?
A bunch of them, yeah. 15 stars. I've heard good things about these, but I'm not really familiar with them. So their Keeper's release is $89.99.
Foursquare.
The Foursquare is a blend that's like they source it, but it's a blend. Some of the Kelvin staves are pretty good, but they're all pretty expensive. Any of the Foursquare stuff you get.
Have you seen any of this Field of Dreams here? Because I've heard very mixed things, but I hear it's a little more gimmicky than.
Yeah, I've seen it. I've never had it.
Okay.
Yeah,
I've heard it's more gimmicky than.
Just kind of the whole idea is kind of strikes me as gimmicky. So.
Yeah, for sure.
And they got a Weller Millennium. If you got $7,500, no big deal. You can get yourself a Weller. Let's see what they got on their shelves. Well, here we go. So we got Buckner's 15-year, $399. It's a little. Usually I see those around $350, so that's a little bit high. But those Buckner's 15-year, people have been going nuts for because they're supposed to be buff turkey.
Yep.
Now, have you had any of those?
I have not. Yeah. I've heard a lot about it, but I haven't had it myself yet.
I have had about 3 different ones, and they're all pretty good. I just don't know if they're $350 good. To me, that's a little excessive.
Yeah, I agree.
So, all right, let's see what else we got up here. Got our standard bottles. Whiskey Row series. That's like one of my favorite just shelfer releases is the 1920 and the 1910.
1910 is my favorite by far.
That's
one I always have on the shelf.
Yeah. That's my favorite. It's been my #1 opener for a long time. I really just, man, it's so good just as your starting pour.
It is.
So they have a barrel pick of Jack Daniels. It's at 129.2 proof. Into our standard mixers. And so here, Old Granddad 7-year. So I was saying this in a video that I shot at another store. Here in Kentucky, it looks like it really is a shelfer.
It is. Yep.
I mean, in Ohio, it's still allocated. It's like dropped with the allocated bottles. Only people get are the ones that stand in line. They get like 1 or 2 cases. So it's good to see it here, though. So, you know, when they say it's going to be a shelfer, hopefully, eventually, it will be everywhere.
Yep.
And I think it's great that we're starting to see kind of like the standard shelfer ages going up to 7 years. Right? Because we got 7-year-old Granddad. We got 7-year Jim Beam last year. We got 7-year-old Fitz.
That's a great point. I didn't think about that. But yeah, you see it, you know, things sitting on the shelf longer.
Yeah, we're starting to see the age statement coming back, and they're getting older. 8-year Wild Turkey.
Yeah.
Right. So that's very. I'm very excited about that. This stuff tends to get older and more available.
Yeah, absolutely. I agree.
Now, have you had any of the Horse Soldier?
No, I haven't. I've seen a lot of it. I just haven't picked up a bottle myself or had anyone that's had it before.
Yeah. So I'll be honest, I'm not a fan. It's a cool story and it's a really cool bottle, but I haven't been a particular fan of what I've had from them. I've had the gold label, so I haven't had everything. So
yeah,
take
honestly,
that for what it is.
Yeah, I say because it's at a price where I would be tempted to get it just to try it, but that's good to know.
Yeah. So Woodinville, that's out of Washington.
Yep.
Washington State.
Yep, I have had a pour of the 100 proof before. It was pretty good. It wasn't my favorite, but
I've had some barrel picks that were pretty good from them. I've never actually had any of their shelfers. All I've had is barrel picks.
Okay, yeah, see, opposite for me.
Okay, so rare breed.
Yep,
staple. Yeah, that's like one that's always on my shelf. You always got to have a rare breed. That's one of those like 3 what I think are the staple bottles with rare breed, 1920, and the Jack Daniels barrel proofs. I think everybody should have those 3 bottles on their bar.
I would agree with that.
And I would add 1910 to that as well and do a 4 bottles if you want something a little lower proof and the other 3 higher proof. So we got some Bookers here, $99.99. I know this has been cheaper at Kroger and Costco's.
Yeah, it's a little bit pricier.
Yeah, but this is actually down from what it was a few years ago, where it was like $110 everywhere. So they've dropped that price a little bit. But those Kroger's and Costco's are running around like $69.79.
Yep, I saw that with the Bookers, recently.
So we got McKenna 10-year, $64.99. Those went up quite a bit too over the last few years. You know, they used to be around $40. So, but I mean, it's a 10-year product. So
I've never seen a product go up and down with popularity and price so much. I feel like in a bourbon over the past few years as I have McKenna 10-year.
Right. It does bounce up. You know, those bottles actually vary a lot in between bottles. There's a lot of variance in between. I've had some that are really oaky that didn't really hit my palate, and some that were pretty good. So.
The bottle I have right now is overly oaky in my opinion.
Yeah,
but I've had some that are a little different.
Yeah. So they have a lot of variance in their bottles.
Yeah.
So 5 Trail, that one I've never heard of.
I've never heard of that one either.
So that's got to be coming out of Colorado, right? Yeah, Colorado. So that one is new to me. I've never heard of that.
Golden Colorado.
I did get some samples from 10th Mountain whiskey that we tried. I actually have a video coming out, I think it's next week, by the time I'm shooting this, where they sent some samples and we tried them, and they're out of Vail, Colorado. And I actually really liked their rye. Their rye was surprisingly good for a young product.
Really? Have you had a tin cup before?
Yeah, so I've had like the 10 and the 14 year.
Yep. For lower proof bottles, those are
they're
good.
They're good for lower proof. I mean, they're thin. They're very low proof, but they're also very reasonably priced generally.
Yeah. I agree with that.
Yeah. Some of the Calumets, those are the younger Calumets. Smoke Wagon. What do you think of Smoke Wagon?
So I actually had the younger last night. That was one of my pours. So I had Eagle Rare and then the younger. Okay. I like it personally. I think the uncut, unfiltered is really great for its price point. It's a little pricey, but I think you get a lot out of it.
I think the younger is actually their best bottle. To me, that's their best.
I think that's the best
bottle.
for the value for sure. But the uncut, unfiltered, I feel like still a great bottle. I haven't had This one, I don't
That's
even know
just their standard.
Okay, yeah,
Their standard straight bourbon. Yeah,
So
they do those special, like this is a Halloween bottle.
Okay.
So they do those labels where they like glow in the dark and stuff.
I see.
For holidays.
It makes sense.
Yeah, I always recommend uncut the younger if I'm talking about Smoke Wagon. I think that the uncut unfiltered isn't that much better for the price difference.
Agreed.
To me.
Mm-hmm.
So, what's Granddaddy Mims? Oh, I forgot to point out to you, we were at Cox's. They had a Granddaddy Mims bourbon. Oh. Yeah, we should have texted Shane and told him he might have wanted it. We had a friend who was saying, "Man, I need you guys to find me some Granddaddy Mims."
I don't think I've ever seen that before.
Yeah, he was
it took a long time for us to find it.
It did.
So, because typically you just see the Sugarlands or the.
Yeah, we were like, Granddaddy Mims, what are you talking about? And then we came across it at Cheers.
Oh, really?
Where we actually found it. It was like, this is a lower one. The one we got was like 140 proof or something. It was a hazmat. Yeah.
That's cool.
So if you had the pepper decanter bottles,
I have. It's okay.
Yeah. So
I'm just,
that's another one that's got some variance between batch, but I wouldn't be opposed to people trying some single barrels because out of the ones we tried, most of them were pretty darn good.
Yeah.
Castle and Key. So, funny story. I have a friend who he said this is the worst bottle ever made. He can't stand it.
No way.
So whenever we would come to Kentucky and we'd come across it, I'd take a picture and send it to him and said, "Grabbing this for you."
That's too funny.
But so we went to Castle and Key and I actually agree with him. Everything, I've not had anything good from them.
It's a beautiful distillery and beautiful.
Oh yeah, it's very cool.
It's very cool.
Castle.
Yeah.
It looks like a castle.
Yeah.
They have like a moat. They got like beautiful grounds, but the whiskey, at least when I tried it, was lacking. Now that was about 3 years ago. So now they're supposed to have some older stuff. Maybe it's better.
I think you're still hitting the nail on the head with that one.
You think so?
I think so.
I don't know. Maybe I need to. What do you guys think? Does anybody out there have any like the newer Castle and Key? Has it improved? Let me know. So the Jack Daniel's Bonded series, I think that's a great little staple shelf series. Like I'm not a fan, like as much as I love Jack Daniel's, I don't like Old Number 7. I won't drink it neat.
Yeah.
The only time I mix it, but the Bonded is much, much better than the Number 7.
Some of the Jack Daniel's stuff I've been having recently is some of their newer stuff and has been really good.
The 10, 12, 14, the single barrels, like the Coy Hill release.
Oh my gosh.
Are absolutely amazing.
Yeah.
But even with these Bonded, like this is much better than the regular Number 7. And I'm a fan of the triple mash. It's very fruity.
Yeah.
It's pretty good
I haven't
stuff.
had the triple mash yet.
And Cooper's Craft 100 is a nice little 100 proof kind of shelfer bottle.
That's a great bottle for around that price, in my opinion. I think it's underrated for what it is.
Yeah, it looks like some kind of charity bottle maybe.
Yeah. Given I'll never pick up a bottle of Woodford probably on my own volition. But
So the only Woodford I've had that I really liked is that Chocolate Whisper that came out this year, the 139.
Oh yes. I remember when people were posting videos about that. I never got a chance to try it, but
oh, it's fantastic. It is really good. It tastes like it's like drinking cocoa. It tastes like chocolate. It's crazy. It's very good. That's the only Woodford I've ever had that I've been like, yeah, I need to get this. You know, I've even got some of like the batch proof and the double oak. The double oaks are okay. They're overpriced, and the batch proof I think is overpriced as well. I'm just not much of a Woodford fan.
Yeah.
So we're on to all the, like just our kind of basic bottles now. Our Wild Turkeys, Jim Beams. So like we were talking about your standard shelf age,
label.
right? Now you're looking at 7-year age stated.
It's crazy.
So I mean, I'm excited about that. As what happened is when the boom hit, you know, the distilleries, because of the way barrels age, the boom hit and they didn't have enough barrels, so they all amped up production. Now maybe the boom's subsiding, but those barrels they amped up 5 years ago are now starting to come to fruition. You know, they're starting to get 5, 6, 7 years. So you're going to have a lot more older stuff available. So that's why we're seeing it on the shelf.
That's cool.
You know, the production lags behind when the boom was taking place. So the 1783s, the red, white, and blue labels are veteran selected.
Yeah.
Right. That's the difference between the two. So one is hand selected by veterans, apparently. Yeah, that's why you'll see that American made. Veteran
That's pretty
selected.
Cool. That'd be cool to do a side by side. And
yeah, people said I've actually never had the veteran one, but I have been told that it's supposed to be better than the standard one.
Okay.
And then we have the whole benchmark lineup. So Devin is a huge fan of that benchmark foolproof.
Yep.
I think it's great for the price. Now it is youthy to me.
Yeah.
But I don't know if you're aware of our infinity barrel we're doing for the channel.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
So we've dumped like 2 cases of the foolproof in there, just kind of up the proof.
Yeah.
Overall, with all the other stuff we put in there.
I mean, when you have a 125 proof bottle for, $20 bucks or whatever it is, like.
Yeah, you can't complain too much, right? Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah, so we dumped a bunch of that in there to
and plus, I mean, in my opinion, there's not many bad Buffalo Trace products. So I mean, they make a good product at the end of the day, regardless.
People hate on Buffalo Trace a lot because of like the taters who want to go and do all the flipping and stuff like that. But the product's not bad.
No.
It's not the product's fault that people have glommed onto it. Well, people will say it is the product's fault because of the way they do their releases and the way they, availability and stuff like that. Because a lot of people think that those bottles were really held back, like they had more than they were releasing to
they were just holding back,
create a scarcity. I don't know if that's true. I am not a Rebel fan.
I'm not either.
Yeah, I don't like Rebel.
Yeah,
much
that's the first time I've ever seen that though. The official bourbon of RCR. That's funny.
What is RCR? I don't know what's RCR.
Looks like something about racing, maybe. Yeah.
I have no idea.
Huh.
All right, so Old Dominic down there, that's the standard Old Dominic. I actually did a barrel pick at Old Dominic last year. They have a Tennessee whiskey, they have a bourbon, and they just released this year their wheated whiskey, and their wheated whiskey was really good.
Really? Where are they out of?
Memphis, Tennessee.
Memphis, okay.
Yep.
So close to Blue Note.
Yeah, so they weren't that far. In fact, after we did our Blue Note pick for the channel, we went over to Gus's Chicken, which is like a famous chicken spot, and we got the chicken and went across the street to Old Dominic and drank at Old Dominic's bar while eating Gus's Chicken.
Well, that's so cool.
So that was a lot of fun. So they do currently have an Old Forester Rye single barrel at $99.99, which that's usually the standard price I see them for is $99.99 for those single barrel barrel strength ryes from Old Forester.
Mm-hmm.
And their Sazerac rye is at $29.99, and their JD single barrel proof rye is 132.6 proof. All right, so this looks to be, we got some picks up here. So what do we got? We got a Down Home Armagnac barrel finish. I have a toasted barrel finished rye of the Down Home that's really good.
Okay.
But I'm not into that Armagnac barrels. Let's see what their Russells is. They are 8-year from Warehouse Tyrone, from a Tyrone warehouse. $89.99. The Bardstown pick for Cox's Evergreen, $99.99. Angel's Envy. What do you like, Angel's Envy? What do you think?
I'm not a big fan.
I'm not either. I haven't really had any that I really liked.
No.
Their Jack Daniel's single barrel picks. 131 proof on their Tennessee whiskey single barrel pick. There is the 1792 full proof pick. New Riff, we did just do a single barrel pick, a 6-year pick yesterday.
Yeah, I bet that's so good.
Yeah, with Cat and Chris from Bonding Over Bourbon. We did the 6-year bourbon and the 6-year rye. And the 6-year bourbon that we ended up picking was really good.
Really?
Yeah. I don't think that's going to be available online. We were picking for a store.
Okay.
You had any Nulu?
I have. It's pretty good. We've been, so they have a distillery down there. It's called Prohibition, I believe, if I'm remembering right. And it was pretty good. I can't remember which product I had, or I had a few, but it was late at night. I remember some of their stuff was definitely on the oakier side, but it was good overall. It's just pricey, so.
Yeah. I've not been really of a fan with compared to what I get out of the taste compared to price point.
I agree.
Personally.
I think it's overpriced a little bit.
So their Four Roses pick is an OBSQ, and it is 11 years. So that's pretty normal price for the Four Roses picks nowadays. So unless it's a really good pick, I generally won't get them anymore because the prices have went up. Some Elijah Craig, 8-year, a 9-year. So now they're doing, I've heard they're doing a barrel strength rye. Elijah Craig's releasing single barrel strength ryes.
Huh.
That's like one of the bottle your own experience that they have down there.
Yeah.
One of the choices that they've recently done is a single barrel strength rye. And those are going to be coming out a little bit more. So
yeah, that'll be interesting. I really enjoy the Elijah Craig stuff, especially their barrel proof stuff. I mean, you literally can't ever go wrong.
Yeah, that C923 is still one of my top bottles.
C923. I don't know. Yeah. I can't remember which one we had. That was before I kind of figured out about all the different whatchamacallits, but the
batches.
Batches, yeah. Yes. So I can't remember which bottle we had, but it was very good.
All right. So there you go. There are some of their single barrels, and I think most of these are available at the bar, right?
Yep,
so
absolutely.
If you want to try them, you can go over to the bar and over here and get a pour and see if you want to buy it. Well, they also happen here over on the side, kind of hidden away. They have an Old Forester Black Label pick for $69.99. And it is a J2. Love the Old Forester Black Labels.
I'm going to...
So they also have a pretty good-sized humidor here. So this is definitely something I've been doing in the stores that have cigars. I now go in and check them out since I'm kind of dabbing into that world. Just to kind of, I don't know enough to really talk about them. So I just kind of scan for the audience what they have and the prices. Because I'm still learning myself, honestly. Padron. So I've heard good things about the Padrons.
Padrons are good, yeah.
I've not had one.
Mm-hmm.
Now, I have had the Olivia Series V, and those are actually really tasty.
You're never going to have a bad Olivia cigar. They don't make a bad cigar, so in my opinion. So I think you can go with anything, and you're going to not be unhappy. I'll say that. It may not be the best thing ever, but...
Series V is the only one I've had so far, and I did like that. I've had several of the Rocky Patels, and I got a sample pack of those, and I've been enjoying those. The number 6 I thought was really good.
Okay.
And the Decade was good as well. And yesterday, Chris and I smoked Rocky Patel Edge, and I liked it. So I liked everything I've had from them.
Yeah, they also have all very good products.
So a lot of Padron in here.
Yep.
I like the Connecticut's. I think they go nice with the bourbon.
Mm-hmm.
And I think some of the darker, like the Maduros, are more suited to like maybe a rye or something that's, or maybe rum even. I think would go good with some, even though I don't drink rum.
For sure.
Just with those darker flavors. But with bourbons, I think the Connecticut's pair pretty well.
Yeah, I would agree. Coming from a guy that really only smokes Connecticut, so I'm like, I don't smoke darker cigars a lot, so.
Yeah, like I said, I've been buying sample packs, so I do have a mix, and I'm just trying to kind of hone in on my preferred kind of flavors and brands and all that stuff. I think the best cigar I've had so far, though, was an Ashton, Connecticut. That was
Ashtons
really,
are
really
so good. So these champagnes over here are also really good ones. I think these are Connecticut wrappers, but these are very good in my opinion, especially for kind of more starter cigars, I would say. And I think these pair really well with like lower, like kind of lower mid-proof bourbons, like the 107 or, you know, that's why if I have an antique, I'll normally smoke a champagne. Okay,
I have one of these. I have the 10th anniversary Perdomo champagne. I haven't tried yet. But I have one at home. I have the smaller one, with the Toro, right? Is that what that is? So I haven't tried that yet, but I do have one in my humidor.
Okay. I'm a huge Perdomo fan, so I'm like.
Well, I'll definitely have to keep that in mind and try it with like maybe a wheated whiskey or something like that when I do smoke it. I've also tried some of the Deadwoods that I thought were pretty good.
I don't know if I've had that before. Deadwood.
Leather Rose. Okay, it was the bigger one. So this Leather Rose with the like dead girl with the spider web, I don't know. But it was pretty good. I had one of those. Somebody gave me one. All right, so I'm not going to go through any more. Again, I'm still trying to really learn about cigars, but they have a pretty good sized humidor here. at Evergreens. All right, so that is Evergreens on Shelbyville Road. Pretty good store.
Yep.
What'd you end up getting there, Trenton?
Yeah, so I got an Old Forester Black Label store pick for Cox's and Evergreens, 100 proof. Great bottle. Can't beat that. So
yeah, I love the Black Labels. I've had a ton of them. I've only come across one I didn't like, so I always recommend those. Those are great to get. I did pick up that Wild Turkey 8-year. It's great to see these coming out on the shelves more, and they had quite a few cases in there.
Yep.
And you said you didn't have one of these, so that's for you.
Yeah, thanks, Todd.
Yeah,
I appreciate
so enjoy
it.
that, absolutely, and tell me what you think of it.
I will.
And we're going to go on to the next door.
Yep.
All right.
Sounds great.
We'll see you guys.
Yep.